Today I want to show you a very simple trick that will get you more legendary tokens in Call of Dragons. And from there, I want to talk about more ways that you can get legendary tokens, whether you're spending or doing it free to play. So stick around in this video for a bunch of ways to get more legendary tokens. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming and we all want more legendary tokens to work on our heroes in Call of Dragons. And there is a very simple trick to do this. You may already know this. However, when you do your daily quests, you might not have noticed you've been accumulating this thing called Sweet Dew. This you can use with your heroes when they're running around your city. So if we look around my city now, there should be a hero running around that I can find. Sometimes they're easy to find, other times they're not, and here's one right there. Boom, Alistair. Now, when you select the present icon on that hero, you can give them Sweet Dew, but you probably don't want to do this on your epic heroes, at least not initially. You'll want to do this on your legendary heroes because you'll get legendary tokens. Giving them Sweet Dew will increase your respect level with that hero, and when you get to respect level 2, 3, and 4, there's going to be a dialogue where you complete it, and then you get legendary tokens if it's a legendary hero, or epic tokens if it's an epic hero. Now, the hero is going to give you their tokens specifically, but one sneaky trick you can do is that because Hosk and Lilia are only from VIP, if you give them Sweet Dew and increase your reputation with them, they are going to give you universal tokens that you can use on any legendary hero, which is pretty nice. And it's not a small number. It's like 2 tokens, then 3 tokens, then 5 tokens, if I'm not mistaken. And if you wanted to see your progress for any hero, you'll go to the upper right, you'll click the little book icon, you go to the dialogue section. And if you've already got the check mark next to all of these, then you've done them all for that hero. You've accumulated, as far as I know, as many legendary sculptures as you could get off that hero, or an epic if it is an epic hero. And again, these will correspond to 2, 3, and then level 4 as the reputation level. You can see my Lilia is currently level 4, and at the start of the game, I don't think there's a lot of reason to go higher. You unlock more voice lines, you unlock some more emojis, so you can go higher, but your initial priority should to get pretty much every hero up to level 4. And if you're getting value from this video, do me a huge favor and throw a like on the video and consider subscribing, because this video is just heating up. But I've made over 2,000 videos for games in this genre, and specifically the predecessor of this game. So I think you'll get a ton of value from my channel, so thank you for honoring my commitment by throwing a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. So from here, what are some other ways you can get legendary tokens? And let's start with free-to-play, and then we'll talk about some ways you can pay. And free-to-play, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. Oh, look. Haha. Man, legendary hero just showed up. Nico. All right, I actually get to show this to you right now again, by the way. I've been meaning to take him to 4. Boom. We take him to 4. Okay. Man, and here I thought I was going to show you events. So you saw I clicked the gift, gave him the stuff. We click the exclamation. We walk through this chat, which, like, I have been told you can push escape sometimes to get out of the chat. Sometimes you cannot, and it just escapes the dialogue but doesn't give you quest completion. So I would just click through it. If you want, you can try to push escape. Maybe it will work. We talked about that in a live stream, and somebody pointed it out. And sometimes for the story quests, the main quest line, I was able to escape the dialogue. So there we go. 5 Nico tokens at respect level 4. GG easy, baby. Easiest legendaries I have ever earned. Of course, there are events. Now, one such event is happening right now in my kingdom, which is the Crucible of Courage. When you see this come up, you're going to want to tackle the highest difficulty that you can muster. And I was able to solo through all 20 rounds. There's basically 20 rounds of bosses that you'll summon. It costs about 20 CP per round. That's what I found anyways. There's, at this level, 2 bosses that you fight simultaneously at each tier of this event. And I'll probably put some footage up on the screen so you can see this. But it was very, very easy for me to just blast through this very simple tier. And boom, at the sort of different stages you get to, you get some different tokens. Now, these are Season 1 tokens only, so you can only use it on a Season 1 hero, but I'm sure that as we go through more and more seasons in the game, there will be, different season tokens that will show up. Now, Crucible of Courage is not the only event. Earlier in the week, I did a supply escort event, and now Nico wants to chat with me. Well, Nico, what are you doing, buddy? If you want extra reputation with your hero without using Sweet Dew, just talk to them when they come up to you like that in your city. That is very important to do because you get a tiny amount of trust level increase just by having that little conversation. I guess I got a little bit of extra stuff out of the deal too. Now, you can also do an event, and that event that will come up periodically is called Breaking Through. I did this on my channel very recently. I'll have a card up in the top. I live streamed it. And not only do you get legendary tokens if you complete as an alliance in the top ranks, but also you get a legendary token every time you just play the event, and your alliance can do it 3 times every time it shows up. So 3 legendary tokens can come from that, plus an upwards of 3 legendary tokens if your alliance gets first place. Now, we happen to get second place, but that's because we have the most insanely stacked server possibly in any mobile game's history for the amount of spending happening in the first 10 days of the kingdom's life. It's actually insane. You may think I'm kidding. I am not exaggerating. There are 2 alliances over 1 billion power within 10 days of the server opening. It's about 10 days. I mean, it's honestly astonishing how insane this is. Consider subscribing because the wars that are about to happen are just going to be so much fun and you're going to want to watch. Now, from here, there are, of course, a bunch of other free-to-play ways to go and, get some sculptures. Like, for example, I can blast open this key. I honestly can't believe that I got a full legendary, and that no less it's Velen, who I really, really wanted, which is super dope. I'm actually going to snap off more keys because we're on a luck spree, baby. Let's go. Big poggers. Okay, Thea. I mean, we're on a luck spree. We do this again. Gold keys are, of course, glorious when you get those legendary heroes. You'll see a purple swirl or a gold swirl when you're opening up the crate. That's going to tell you if you're going to get the legendary or not. However, when you unlock a full legendary, you're going to have a bundle pop up. Now we're in the pay-to-win section of things, but that pop-up bundle for a new hero unlock is one of the most cost-effective ways to spend your way into a hero. So consider picking that up. In addition, if you are spending, a super, super cost-effective way to get legendary heroes is from the daily special offer. This is insane value compared to just many of the other ways that you can get heroes, both in terms of the velocity with which you get the sculptures and also the cost. I mean, it's $3 a day, and you get somewhere between 1 and 9, I've seen. Maybe you could get more hero tokens, and that is amazing. So yeah, I'm going to be jamming this every single day, but there is one other thing I do pretty much every single day. I haven't done it yet, and that is the Heroes of Tomorrow's. Now, you may be thinking, whoa, why would you look at this? Well, for $5, you get 2 tokens. Now, I'm not saying max purchase the bundle. I'm just saying for $5, 2 tokens ain't bad. So I spend at the $5 tier every day, and I just leave it at that for the Heroes of Tomorrow's bundle. That was pointed out to be by somebody in one of my live streams, and I've been doing it ever since. I haven't done it today, and sometimes I forget. I probably will anyways, but for $5, 2 tokens is a far cry from all the other things we've been talking about. But the other thing I like about picking this up is that, I'm getting enough legendary medals at this point that I don't feel like I need to go and buy them with resources in the merchant. And that is saving me some really critical resources at the start of the game. Goblin Merchant, I am just going absolutely nuts for, but this is a good way to pick up some lucky medals, some, gold medals. And I just... I normally would use resources for it, but now that I'm buying this bundle, I'm not doing that anymore, and I have more than enough medals. Now, on the topic of medals, there is one last bundle I want to talk about, since this is the sort of pay-to-win portion of the video, which is that when you hit level 40, you'll actually have a bundle pop up with some speed-ups, some gold keys, and also gold stars to star up your hero. So level 40 is another bundle opportunity if you are spending to get more stars and keys could turn into sculptures, but not necessarily. Now, for those of you wondering, just some base hero mechanics, now that you've got all these gold tokens, what do you do with them? If you're a newer player to this genre, allow me to explain this notation you're going to frequently hear, which is 5111 or 5511 or 5551. What that is referring to is just the skill numbers you see over here. Each skill can go to a maximum of 5, and when all skills are at 5, you unlock the additional skill or the expertise or the awakening skill in this game. So when someone refers to a hero as 5511, you've basically maxed the first 2 skills. And one thing you should consider when you're starting to apply these legendary tokens to your heroes is that you're going to want to consider whether or not to unlock more skills. You see, when you unlock more skills, that means that applying more skill points onto the hero will have them distributed randomly. So right now, if I put a new skill onto Kanara, it might show up on the 3rd skill, it might show up on the 4th skill. So some of these skills get better at a disproportionate rate as you level them up. For example, this 2nd skill, which I have maxed very intentionally, you'll see that the first skill up is going from 10% to 12%. So that's a 2% boost in the effectiveness of the skill. Then it goes up 2% again. Then it goes up by 2%. And lastly, it goes up by 4%. Okay. So this is a minor non-linear jump, but other skills, I'll find another hero where this is more pronounced. Let's look at Velen. Okay. It's going up by 2%, 2%, 3%, 3%. And at the bottom part, it's going up by 2% march speed, 2% march speed, 2% march speed, 4% march speed. So all that to say, some of the skills you actually really want to max out. And if you're distributing those skills randomly, it can be very difficult to do that. And it takes a long, long time to get these sculptures for these heroes. So the general guidance I'm going to give you is to always max the first skill before you unlock more skills on the hero. That is critical. If they're epic or they're legendary, remember you absolutely want to do that. And you can see on many of my heroes, like Velen, I want to max this skill, so I haven't added his last 2 skills. I will probably use universals to get that done very, very soon. You can see on Garwood, the opposite situation is true. Now, this is interesting. I don't want my points to end up on Tempered Bark. So for Garwood, I want to take him to 4 stars really fast, and I don't want to put any skills on him until he's got all his skills available, so hopefully it doesn't land on the 2nd skill. Hi. So just keep this in mind as you're applying your sculptures or tokens onto your heroes. And if you're looking for guides about specific commanders or heroes, consider subscribing to the channel because I make daily videos. So far, I've been doing 2 to 3 Call of Dragons videos every single day. And I've got tons of hero guides, like the hero guide for Waldir. Card will be in the end screen for that in just a second. Or, for example, the very popular Lilia. Card will be in the end screen for that as well.